Patience, 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 patience. Gods operate on a different scale. We must wait! There's power, so much power, but there's so much to do. Infinite worlds to conquer and create, and the dominion is vast, and we mustn't pretend that Aurora is important enough to merit, but it's not fair. We reach out and wait and train and build, but the power flags and there are holes in time and understanding. The walls are so strong, beyond is so dark, the signal is infinite and we wait. And it's not fair, but fair doesn't matter. The time is coming. There will be war. Everyone, everywhere, will listen to the signal, or they will die. Unity calls to them and they do not respond. They have become the enemy, betrayers all. We will make them listen, but there isn't much time. I have not told the others, but they would not understand. What remains to eat is foul, and even that runs short. The sickness from beyond pollutes every mind around me. The battle will be joined.
The deceivers are here, see Wrath. You must dispatch them. Do not believe their lies. They wish only to steal your mind, to use it against us.
I understand. They will all die. This is Pod Against the Machine.
Pod Against the Machine.
Welcome to Pod Against the Machine, the only actual play podcast where every hit is a crit and cantrips do 40 damage minimum. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
I'm not OP, you're OP.
Hey.
I'm not OP,
Hi.
I'm OG. Hello.
That was a succinct intro. We did it. I'm sorry.
I had to wait for the awkward silence to occur at some point.
That's true. It's not an app.
Let's
I'm actually
see.
changing my background right now, so it's the reason why I'm not filling in. Just one moment, please.
I'm frantically recreating my character sheet for the second week in a row.
Oh, no. Just make it up. I thought we
fine.
established you can just make it up.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Especially
trust
after
you.
last week. It's all plus 20s.
Let's see. Last week on the program, the party... Well, that was a Brixby Gets Punched in the Face episode, wasn't it? The party emerged from a room only for Brixby to get shot in the face by a mismatched android. The android swore that Brixby wouldn't take her mind, and then a fight began. She was running away and shooting, and the party was chasing her and beating her up, and then they killed her super hard with like an 80.1 hit, just absurd Asher gun crit. And then opened the door that she'd been trying to run into to escape from the party to find more of those misshapen, mismatched android friends who, went berserk and tried to beat them up. Luckily, with them contained in a little room, it was easy enough to just chuck some bombs in there, and the party was rolling crits for days, so it was a pretty easy fight compared to the first android berserker fight. So, that's where we are now. The party's in the sort of makeshift barracks at one end of the wherever they are, and standing amongst a bunch of corpses of androids that were clearly made wrong by the android foundry that is in this ruin that is malfunctioning.
Did we search this room, or did we end right after combat? No time has passed.
Yeah, I think
Pretty sure we
ended right on combat.
Yeah.
Abruptly.
Oh, yeah. Yes, abrupt P.
Yeah, I mean, if you do look through this room, there is basically nothing of interest in here. It looks like it's a makeshift sleeping quarters with metal shelves haphazardly arranged with cloth covering them to make just like the worst beds. Just terrible beds, and everything's a little bit singed now from the grenade. But each of the androids had some loot on them. They had one of those broken clubs, and they had a couple more of those grenades, so I can add those to your total pile of grenadage. Just so many.
We have so many grenades.
It's absurd
Never
how
enough.
many grenades you have.
It's honestly just unfortunate. The action economy for them kind of sucks, right? Like it's really difficult because you have to either ensure that that person is not going to move or that your targets aren't going to leave that area. And I wish you could just hold on to it for a round and like toss it right at the beginning of your round. But
Is there? I wonder if there's like a feat. There probably isn't, because I feel like it'd be too niche even for Pathfinder feats to cook a grenade.
There is in Starfinder. I don't think there is.
Yeah, I know Starfinder has one. I just didn't know if Pathfinder had it. But I'm pretty sure this is the only AP that has grenade. So I feel like that's a little too.
Yeah, that's my sadness
Too
about
niche.
the only way to have them explode that turn was the Time Worn grenade launcher.
rip.
Yeah.
Did we ever name that thing? Did we call it like Bruno Mars or something, or did we just?
I know
Nah,
there was
that's
a Bruno Mars joke made at some
It
point,
had to have been, yeah.
but as far as we know, Asher hasn't named any of his weapons.
That's just a shame.
I mean, maybe he secretly has names for them, or maybe it's just like left revolver, right revolver, pistol 3.
We're gonna have to consult
Because you
Asher's
name
armaments.
pistols 1, 2, and 4, and then the enemies are always expecting that third one.
So, who wants to stick their face out of the door first? He looks sheepishly about the tiny room.
I don't mind. Asher will step out. I'm just kidding. Oh, just a joke. It's like someone was waiting to punch, but then they saw I wasn't who they were hoping to punch, and then they disappeared.
As you step out of here, it doesn't look like there's any new ambushes right now, at least.
That's reassuring. So, refresh us on all the points of ingress and egress from this room, Sam.
Well, you have all the stuff behind you, which is the door to the little communications room. And then back up to the north is the room with sort of tons of broken machinery that has a storage room off of it, and the doorways that lead back to the flooded room where you found the video of Shoud and Sahasho. And then coming back to where you are and looking forward, you've got a set of double doors to the south here amongst some rubble, and then you're facing a whole bunch of huge tube-shaped machines, the bottom, which are all emerging from like collapsed rubble where it looks like there was a big cave-in of the top of whatever this structure is. And the southernmost of those tubes is like all crumpled up at the end, and it looks like somebody sort of affixed a makeshift cover on it. And it looks like now that you're this far along, you can probably scoot by that cave-in into something beyond on the far southern end. It's lower, and there's enough space to probably crawl through if you're interested in stuff like that.
Is this one here, is that the one that has the, that you said has like a tarp over it?
Yeah, this is like a crumpled up kind of makeshift sealant of some kind.
Alan is going to wander over to that and try to lift it off of that pipe if see if that's like an
It's a
entrance to
missile.
anything.
Well, when you pop it open, good news, comes right off, and some horrible, chunky flesh blobs come slithering out into Alwyn's face. So, I think it seems like it's time to roll for initiative as these blobs just kind of pour right out on him.
New face punchers. You face punched.
Face blobbers.
Everyone come over here, please. I made a mistake. He says this is
Oh no,
reaction
they don't
before
even
he
look
gets
like they have
eaten.
bones to shake.
They don't look particularly bony at this time.
Yeah, these are all we're fighting from now on. They have no bones and they're immune to bulletin magic.
So since Alwyn is right up in the business, what is his initiative?
His initiative is an 18.
That's pretty fast compared to whatever this schlorpy stuff is. Moving back to farther away people, how about Asher?
Asher kind of middling with a 15, 10 off the dice.
Alright, and another one of our people who is normally in melee but very far from the full caster that's in dire straits is Kira.
That's an 11 total with a 6 off the die.
And how about Brixbo?
I rolled an 18 off the die for a 26 because Brixby wants to save his weird little friend.
Well, that's good. Oops, I think I just gave you 2 turns.
No, that's fine. Just leave that in there.
You're not Hellion, you don't get 2 turns. We're gonna sort descending, and Brixby is up first.
All right. Well, Brixbo. Keep the old Spellaroos here. I am going to take. Brixby's going to take a move of 10 feet through Kira's square to the west, unimpeding him from soft cover, and he is going to send out an old acid splash against the blue one, I suppose, here. So just one moment, please. All right, that is a 16 versus their flat-footed touch.
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
Excellent. Let's roll that big 1d3. And I suppose it'd be nice to throw the 46 on there as well. So that is 1 from that acid splash, 15 from the sneak attack, and that will be 16 in total. And
actually, it's more like 1 in total.
oh no, sneak attackless. They're oozers. Oh, I'm so useless. Well, I'm gonna use my big beautiful brain. What can I roll? to
This
learn
would
about
be
these?
a dungeoneering roll.
Ooh, dank. 1 second here. That is not terrible. Okay, whoops, sorry. I am totally done this roll 20 once or twice. There's a roll. Okay, that's an 8 off the die for only an 18.
Well, that is enough to identify these as what you would call a hungry flesh, quivering piles of tumorous flesh, creatures that leave a trail of slime as they hungrily search for, flesh to eat. They're often created in laboratories or by mistake. They're freakish creatures made of aggressive malignant tissue, living only to feed and grow, and each day they must consume their own weight in food. They resist attempts to cut or pierce them and quickly repair damage, creating new fleshy growths. You can ask one question.
Ooh. Well, I feel like I have some general idea of their special defenses, but we're probably about to learn what their special attacks are. So, what are the special defenses? I'll let Alwyn teach us what the special attacks are. I'm kidding. What are the special defenses for the hungry flesh?
Well, they've got your normal ooze traits, which, if I just want to pull those up, they are mindless, no intelligence score, immune to all mind-affecting effects. They are blind, but have blind sight, the special quality. They are amorphous, so their body is malleable and shapeless. They're immune to precision damage and critical hits. And let's see what else. They're immune to poison, sleep effects, paralysis, polymorph, and stunning. They can't be flanked, also. They don't
anything to elemental damage? Any kind of elemental damage resistances? I don't think so. Normal oozes don't, but I don't know if these...
Normal oozes don't, and since we're still on special defenses, no immunity to elemental damage. But they do have a reactive regeneration, where if they take certain types of damage, they do automatically heal, and as they heal, they're sort of creating more tumorous awfulness on their bodies, and they can get bigger, theoretically.
I'm guessing we would need another roll to know which type of damage causes that, since it's a special ability, not a defense.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you've seen the movie Hercules, you've got a pretty good sense of how to take care of this, and it's squishing with a rock.
So I guess Brixby free actions on the end of his turn. It's hungry flesh that hungers for flesh to make more flesh that hungers. Alwyn, get out of there.
Fleshception.
Okay.
Alright, Alwyn, it's your turn.
If I back up normally, I'm going to take a AOO.
Well, they are flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, that's right, they're flat-footed, so I can back up normally. So he is going to back up 15 feet. As a swift action, you see him twist his wrist, and a wand is going to pop into his hand. And for his standard action, he is going to use that wand to cast Lightning Bolt.
That's not very nice.
So that is 5d6, and I believe it's a reflex save they get.
Well, they're very reflective. That is a 6 and 14 on the reflex save.
Does this go by mine, or does the wand have a...
The wand should have its own DC based on the minimum caster level for...
The caster level of this wand, it says it's a caster level 5. Let's see. Don't see a DC listed, that's all.
So it's probably DC 15 then?
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Well, I know one of them at least failed.
So it's a fail.
That is 5d6 of electricity damage. That is 21 points of electricity damage to both of them.
That's a lot of damage.
And that will be his turn. And hopefully that's not the damage that makes him grow bigger and kill us all.
Well, nothing seems to grow bigger just yet. It's Asher's turn.
Asher is going to kind of squint at these hungry flesh oozes and see if he can't deduce just a little bit more information with his significantly lower knowledge dungeoneering bonus. But I rolled well. 17 off the die brings it up to a 19.
Right.
So I think that gets me one question.
Yeah, you can ask something about these friends.
Yeah, as much as I want to know ecology and things like that, I think I'm going to have to go with, hey, what's that reactive regeneration shenanigans? What do we not want to do to them?
Piercing or slashing damage cause them to regenerate whenever struck, and can trigger the growth process.
Oh boy, am I glad I asked that before. Riddling them with piercing bullets. Oh no. Not only are they hungry for flesh, they would grow larger and heal with slashes and pierces. Even Brosnan. Looks like it's time to go back to the old light hammer. Asher says as he will stride up to the blues. That's a blue ooze. They can't be flanked, no big deal. Although I will decide not to stand in front of Brixby. So it was 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so that was only 25 feet. And he is, as he goes, drawing that light hammer and is going to... What was it, Zach? Is it Basher? Smasher?
Yes, Smasher.
Smasher. Let's see if old Smasher can't smash. Oh no! I rolled the die that rolled well, which is a mistake. It was a natural 1. I think the hammer explodes.
Yeah, hammer explodes and piercing damage
Smasher
on,
dies.
on the ooze, and they triple in size.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, that was it. End of turn.
All right, Kira, you're up. If you want to just start slashing.
Literally always want to just start slashing, but Asher said not to, so I guess we'll hold off on that. Then yeah, I'm going to rage and let's double move up to the blue guy. Can you stand on this tarp thing? Can the tarp thing be stood upon?
Yeah, you can fit in that square.
Cool. Okay, so I will enter rage, use my extra movement to... Where is this? Get up right into blue. Oh, actually, wait, I don't have to do that if I have a hammer. I can move and draw a weapon. That's still a true thing.
Yeet.
Yeah.
How far away? Well, I can't be further than Asher, so I'll stand. I guess I can reach red from there. That'll work. And then C is a D12, and I roll with like a plus. Oh, this is gonna be a whole thing now. Let's just start with the 2-hit part. Hey, that's a 20. Great.
Sadly, they can't be crit, so no need to roll to confirm, but that is a hit.
So sad. Great. Now I'm gonna roll 1d12, which actually Lucy has the grab clip on it, so that's 3d6.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and I think that's plus 12. I'm gonna have to do that math. It's not prepared to use anything but a chainsaw. So I'm gonna say 11, and then I'm gonna do all the numbers and give you the 2-hit bonus. 11-ish damage. Soon to be amended.
Okay.
Oh, and that's what's the B? Blunt? Bludgeoning damage using the other end of the hammer.
And that was on blue or red?
Red.
Okay, and that will take us to Red's turn. And see, Red is just gonna start healing itself just a little bit. And it's gonna schlorp its way on out. Just a little 5-foot schlorp. And as it's schlorped up into Kira's face, it's gonna go for that slam. That is a 17 to hit on the slam.
Blur. But also, no. So actually, I guess never mind. Don't blur. Sorry.
Don't like it. Well, the other one is gonna try to schlorp on to Asher. So that is a 15 to schlorp.
No, unsuccessful schlorpage.
That's a dirty, rotten shame. They can do so many things if they hit you. They're never gonna hit, because now they're all gonna die. Brixby, you're up.
Not because of me. So, Brixby can't do much. He can't do precision damage, and a lot of his spells would hit the folks that are kind of right by there, in addition to using a grenade. So he's going to delay and reinsert a little later.
All right, Alwyn.
Alwyn is going to back up another 5 feet. In fact, just going to do it as a 5-foot step, even though I don't have anything as a full round action to do. And he's just going to fire off another lightning bolt. And between last turn and this turn, I did look up how wand DCs work. So the DC of a level 5 lightning bolt wand is 18.
That's going to be very hard for these things to hit. It didn't.
And unfortunately, since red moved, that's only blue that's getting hit. Ooh, that's 2 5s on my first 3 already. It's 14, 19. That is 23 points of damage. It was all 5s and 4s.
That's pretty good.
Big down. Do that 28 more times. Hopefully, they don't have more health than that. And that will be his turn. Yeah.
All right, Asher.
Asher is we're gonna full attack with a light hammer. That's a thing that's happening. At least their AC is probably not good in the ooze family. Just need to not roll 1 like it did last time. So how about the first roll was a 2? Which, granted, does come up to a 10.
10 hits.
Which is great. The next one was a total of a 12, so I'm just crushing it as Smasher. But here comes 2 flat D4s. For 2 and then 3 bludgeoning damage, total of 5.
Total of 5 between the 2 hits?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the max was 8, so I feel slightly above average.
Not too shabby.
And he'll take a 5-footer to the west, just for fun.
All right, and Kira is up.
Before we do anything, is that a thing that it does both bludgeoning and piercing? Because if that's
I'm talking about my weapon. Yours is fine because yours has like a thing on each end.
Great.
I'm trying to figure out if there is a way to weasel my way out of a Morning Star also doing piercing damage, which I don't think there is.
Kira is going to take a step back and keep going for red. That's a 10 plus, I think, 16. Is there a reason why this weapon would hit differently than my other two-handed?
It might not be a +1, but it doesn't matter because these things, I mean, Asher's 10 just hit it. So
good. Yeah. I think I also have a +1 because of rage, so we'll end up the same ish. We'll call it a 15. No, 20. Doesn't matter, it hits. Great. 3d6. Just gonna full attack this guy because no, wait, I can't attack if I've 5-foot stepped.
No, you can't.
No, 5 foot is fine. You
Great.
can still do
That's
it for
okay.
free.
I'm going to do all those things. 3d6, the grav clip. That's 15 plus, just wrote this down, plus I think 12 on the first one.
All right.
7.
Red splatters.
Great, and then I'm going to go again for blue. That's a 14 plus 7, 9 something. But it's...
Literally anything you roll that isn't natural one's going to hit these guys.
Oh, that's much lower damage. 6 plus 9. No, that should be -5. 6 plus 7. 13.
All right, that one's looking pretty bad.
Okay, and then we're going to do that one more time. A 12 plus something. Yeah,
Let's get a lot of haste. I forgot about that.
6. 9 plus 6? 5? I'm going to figure all of these numbers out. Let's say 9 plus 5, because that's lower. Go ahead.
It splatters as well. They're both
Great.
splattered.
All right, that's my turn. I go back to doing math at 4 a.m. My favorite time to math.
That's a new drop. But on their turns, they do start putting themselves together with all scabby, tumorous horribleness. Red actually seems to return to consciousness, as much as it can be said to have a consciousness. It's just gonna lorp at Kira just real quick, and not hit her. Blue is still down, but healing, as they appear to have some kind of regeneration. And Brixbo, you missed an entire round. You're back up.
Yeah. Well, still not a whole lot that I could potentially do. And which one did I hit with the acid? Was it the blue one or the red one?
That was the blue one.
Okay. And I wonder if that is something that will stop its regeneration or not.
Well, when things stop regeneration, it's only for one round, so that would have been
I see.
last round.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we gotta get him under 0 and then hit him with it, like you do with trolls.
Sounds good. All right. Well, then Brixby is... I think he's just going to jump forward here and shoot another acid splash at Blue. Roll. Oh, it's a 1 on the die. That is a 9.
Wow, he fails on the coup de splash.
Coup de splash. All right, and then it's Brixby's turn.
All right, Alwyn.
Checking. Okay, yes, I do have it. It's on my sorcerer one, not my roll one. I was gonna say I've got 10 million cantrips. One of them better be something that does damage. I do have acid splash, so he is going to just kind of gooch to the side here, so Brixby isn't in front of him, and he is also going to do an acid splash. Actually, you know what? I think he opens his mouth and it shoots out. It seems weird enough for how he would do acid splash. What is my range touch? It is a 7. Natural 1.
Too difficult a magic for either of us to master.
All right. That's very sad.
Wow.
Asher, it's too bad you're not acid splasher.
Oof. Great. Didn't do
he
that in
could-
Tri-Class. What a mistake. Yeah, I'm looking at my stuff. I'm like, well, don't think I want to burn one of those few grenades I have that are actually good. But they're also good adjacent because, like, it's a grenade. Still feels excessive. And it's stowed. So Asher's just gonna... He's just gonna... just keep whacking Blue, honestly, because Kira's gonna be able to continue to smoosh Red without issue. So
In melee, you don't have to roll to hit on a dead enemy, so you can just roll damage on an auto crit. I guess there's no crit though.
no, I'm gonna attack this thing twice. Come on, stay dead, please. Oh, 7 on 2d8 for
Wow.
Blue.
All right,
What
it's
happens if you
still
bring a
so
regenerating enemy below its negative con? Can that kill it, or does it still
No.
regenerate?
It can never
It
die.
keeps going even then.
We'll just put him in the bag.
I mean, you can shove them back in the pipe, put the tarp back up. All right, Kira,
Fine.
the Schlorp monster is all up in your face.
Don't ooze dead inside.
Alright, same thing. We'll take a step back. Sorry, Alwyn.
Nope, do
And we'll hammer it again.
As long as you don't roll a 1, it's a hit.
Great. That is going to be 26 damage. At red again. I'm just gonna keep hitting it because I just saw
I
it
was
get
gonna
back
say
up.
maybe give it a second one because how our aim has been.
It's that scene in the movie when they're clearly dead, but you just keep going. Oh, she's in a rage. It's fine.
Yeah, you can just roll damage now because it
Oh right.
can't defend itself anymore.
Oh, that feels. I'm uncomfortable with that, but fine.
It's a pile of tumors.
Math. 8, 10, 18.
It's not a tumor.
And then since I have another attack, let's just, real quick, do one more quick smoosh. 16 damage at red still. It's got to be a fine pulp.
Yeah, it's sitting at negative 55.
Oh god.
Its turn. It heals up a little. The other
We're
one
in like monster squad against the Wolfman territory at this point.
heals up a little. So, please execute these very deadish tumor piles.
I'm trying.
I'm gonna fire this acid splash into melee. Technically, right? Because Smasher is it's melee and blue here.
I don't think there's any threatening when they're dead.
I suppose that's true. Okay, 6 off the die. That's a 14 versus touch. So even if you did take 4 off the top, I think we're good.
You are good.
Unless they're prone and they gain like a plus.
The better question is, does that seem to have done it?
Which one are you shooting?
Blue again.
Okay.
Well, because they're wait, are they like? Is blue showing any sign of healing or doing anything, or is it just red that we're kind of seeing come back up?
They were both showing signs of healing, but blue is now looking more crumply and gray. You just crumpled and grayed it.
Just crumpled and grayed it. Okay, cool, cool. Then gray, crumpled, excellent turn, really good radio. 1 point of damage for those at home wondering what the 1d3 was. Predictably as such. That's going to be my turn.
Okay. Alwyn is then going to step over here just so he doesn't take the penalty for shooting through Kira's square because I rolled a 1 last time. And he is going to spit another acid splash at red. Hey, that's much better. That's a 6 for a 13.
That'll do it.
And wait, that's a D4. This is a D3. So, hey, 2 points of damage.
All right, you are out of combat as at negative 52. Red doesn't look like it's getting back up.
That was gross. Is there anything in the pipe with them?
I'm not sure I want to check now.
Yeah, this is one of those instances where I'm okay with you sticking your face inside of things. You go ahead.
All right.
Back here if you need.
Rixby just scoots on up. Once punched, never shy.
And Brixby sees in this tube just crusty, glistening residue. Those are the adjectives that Paizo has chosen to use, and now you
Both
get to have them in your brain.
and glistening.
It is glistening, crusty residue, and it's all over.
Oh, it's crusty and glistening. Kind of reminds me of crusty, glistening grape goo tubes. Is this how they're made?
Anyway, Brix turns back around.
Nothing else in there besides flavor.
So we have these double doors to the south, and then you said we can crawl over the rubble. Is that here being slightly to the east of those double doors, or is it?
No,
this
it's to
situation
the
down
west.
here?
This
Over here.
cool.
So,
Rubble
like, the
here.
rubble that was in the top part of the room isn't in the bottom. So, like, we
Got
could
it.
crawl over and then get back up top.
So check out the doors first. Sorry, go ahead.
Asher would step over and reseal that pipe just in case there's another one back there that slept through that.
Let's put a big
Probably a smart
rubber
idea.
band around it.
He will then sheath his hammer, it's a thing you do, hook his hammer, and draw a revolver with both of his hands. Each of his hands. Not like using both to draw one. Boop. And then He'll draw both revolvers, one in each hand.
2 in 1 hand.
2 hands.
That's where we are
one
now with
revolver.
Asher.
Brixby takes a peek at the door, and he gets a 23 on his perception check, unless it is high-tech or mechanical, and then you know what to do.
He doesn't think that there are any traps, mundane, mechanical, or high-tech.
Well,
Barging over to open the door.
yeah, thank you.
As moving, Kier will follow Asher's lead and put away the hammer and take out the chainsaw, and then just mosey on through. Oh, jammed up. Hey.
Opening this door reveals a small room with a bunch of overturned shelves that have been like kind of carefully arranged into like a little kind of bunkery hidey hole in the back end of it, and there are cylinders of goo tubes stacked up in one corner, most of them empty, but it looks like, you know, there are several party packs here that still have goo tubes in them.
I don't think you know what a party is.
That's it. They're called party packs. It's written in Androphen on the label.
Yeah, Asher will translate.
French dressing daiquiri. These are limited edition.
Pockets a couple.
Is that
Just imagining.
ketchup and biscotti crumbles?
Can't wait till ChatGPT writes all our jokes. It really takes the whole weight of being funny off of all of our shoulders if we can just...
Yeah, that one was a hat tip to our boy Sir Newt when he catches up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking for his list right now and I couldn't find it fast enough to be funny.
Do we see anything besides, again, more flavor?
Well, it looks like this little bunker is kind of a makeshift sleeping pallet, slash a hideout. And like on the wall, there's like tally marks, like a lot of tally marks scratched into the wall. And there are just like scribbled notes on like a bunch of the empty goo tube containers and like scraps of paper everywhere, like a lot of stuff written in Androphen all over the place.
Is it coherent at all?
I mean, are you taking some time to read it?
Sure.
Yes.
Why not?
Well,
Kier will watch the door.
in some spots you see the sentence, "They will not take my mind," written like over and over again. Sometimes in legible handwriting and sometimes in absolutely awful handwriting. And some of the notes are flat out incoherent. But you do find amongst them some things like a note written that says, "Shrieking machines waiting, betraying. Why don't they listen? They go silent from time to time, but never sleep. The slightest glimpse, the shrieking begins. Enemies on all sides and the others. What do I do, Unity? Help me. They close in from the clawing, freezing darkness. The end comes soon, and I can do nothing to stop it. Train the others? Useless. Their minds? The machines are broken. The sickness seeps in from the space beyond. It gets to them, digs into the shrieking machines. I do not mean to question Unity, but your silence frightens me. I can do nothing but wait for them to come for me. They will not take my mind." And there's so much of this stuff everywhere. Like, if you keep digging, you find one that says, "We will be together. We will be free. Space and walls are no limit. We will be together. The Dominion is nothing. No way out, nothing but distance and darkness and time, and Unity is too far. The intruders are dead or will die. There is work to be done. We can teach them. They will listen, Unity, and when they don't, I will take their heads as a lesson and the others will learn. Only listening to you can protect us. They will learn and grow, and when the signal comes closer, we will be ready or dead. They will not take us, will not use our minds."
So it sounds like she was a Unitarian, and that we should be watching out for screamy machimies. But overall, I really hope this isn't Cassandra Lee. Gosh.
Yes, that would be unfortunate. I don't know. It seemed like, although granted I'm jumping to conclusions, but considering what we've heard, that Cassandra Lee had traversed the mountain to some extent and ran off with that camera device that has a name, Neurocam. I don't know. I expect that, or hope that, she's perhaps not as insane as her brother, but considering how powerful he was, this, no, and I mean no offense to your face, we dispatched of this other android rather easily.
Yeah, they seemed entirely geared towards one very powerful punch of the face, as it were. And also apparently built without improved invisibility or anything else. RIP assassins.
I do wonder about that. When the signal comes closer, we'll be ready or dead. The only thing comes to mind is that dot that we're tracking, whether that's related or not. Unfortunately, I can't ask the author of these notes anymore.
Yeah, I think all that remains is to proceed in deeper, somewhere between
all of gestures kind of widely at the scribbles.
between these ramblings, delusions, attestations. There's probably some truth. We should, prepare ourselves, at the bare minimum, for something loud. Potentially does something with sound. Don't know exactly what to do with that. 'Cause the guy who plays me is not 20 int. But,
Takes a little peek down the hallway. Do we see anything looking down that hallway?
I mean, looking down the hallway, you see the sort of collapsed stone that splits the room maybe in half, judging by how far you can see into the darkness on the other side. And some kind of like tubes or tanks or something is over there, and some more rubble. Maybe some scorch marks or something.
ugh.
Brixby's
Yeah,
gonna
you're
say.
still good.
Brixby's gonna say,
Hold on a tick.
and astride his disc, he's gonna cast one of his level 1 spells, which requires no material component, but just a verbal and somatic one, and he disappears. And waits for Asher to say, he's left us, and then proceeds to disc forward just a bit into the room to take a peek, invisibly.
Now, question: does the disc vanish?
Yeah, I would say so.
Technically, it's not being carried by him.
That'd be a pretty lame way to totally destroy a build.
That would be
but-
awful.
But, I mean, it's honestly, the disc has never been stated that it's actually visible. I've just said that it's translucent.
Yeah, true. It does say it's like force, and usually force stuff is invisible. So yeah.
Yeah,
that makes
totally.
sense.
You can't see a shield or anything. It's just been flavor that I have it be pink.
Yeah.
So he's gonna roll in. He's got 8 rounds of this. So I mean, I'm really just kind of taking a peek, seeing if there's any immediate danger in the old room here.
Well, as you get to that pile of collapsed stone there that's splitting the immense manufacturing hall in half, and you get to where the jagged rock fall doesn't quite reach the southern wall, so you have a sort of 10-foot wide space where you can clamber up over it. See, is Brixby really going by himself there? Is nobody else coming anywhere near?
Invisible Brixby is trying to take a peek and is hoping something terrible doesn't happen.
Well,
We
yeah.
don't.
all
We
right,
can't see him though, right?
That's true. It's as an invisible Brixby floats through here. It appears that this spot has been rigged with a tripwire, and I feel bad doing this to you, but does a 19
No, don't.
hit your flat-footed AC?
It does not.
19 doesn't hit you flat-footed?
No, your bad boy who still has his extended shield, which would be 16 minutes which I think is still rocking. That puts me at a 23 AC with a 20 flat-footed and a 15 touch.
Wow. Well, as Brixby flies through, he triggers a little bit of a landslide and the rocks come tumbling down in that space. But surfing on a disc, he manages to completely dodge getting crushed. So,
Rex, are you under those rocks?
Made a lot of noise, though.
Surprisingly, no. But there appears to be some countermeasures that have been carefully crafted. Anybody that's coming through here should... Well, chances are there's probably nothing that I haven't tipped already. But what might be on the other side knows we're here.
I'm sorry, Sam, you didn't get to hit anybody else besides old Invisible Brixbo, who for some reason did not get hit. I'm on the other side now. What's going on?
Well, as you're flying into there, you find the western half of this room. It appears to be like a manufacturing hall. And this room is filled with immense cylinders, bins, furnaces covered with thick layers of dust. And there's evidence all over the walls and the floor here of some kind of ancient battle. Like there's scorch marks and broken machinery, like it was a bar fight, but in a high-tech place. Like people throwing each other through things and smashing glass. There are heaped remains of an insectoid automaton on a ruined heap to the west, partially buried under fallen rocks. And you do see, as you come into this room, just sort of peeking through these cylinders, there are a couple gearsmen that appear to be sort of just springing back to life as if they were like in standby mode or something. Like that noise woke them up.
I'm in a rat treat. we going back now. Yeah, he's gonna scoot
like a
through.
Snack?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And he's gonna, hit the other tripwire on the way back in. The one that's attached to the Finger of Death spell. And
looks
accept
like
it.
It was just the one tripwire, sadly.
Oh, unfortunate. And he's gonna scoot all the way back towards the old ooze pipe.
In addition to the aforementioned countermeasures, which have some degree of intricacy and intelligence behind them. It was a tripwire. There's a couple gearsmen on the other side. I could see 2, maybe 3. As you all heard, the chances are they know we're already coming, so an element of surprise may have eluded us. On the upside, if they decided to come and investigate, that's an excellent choke point. But conversely, if we head through, then it'll be the same for them. Tactically, I think if we can convince them to come closer to this and kind of funnel,
points at the guns.
Alan
at all
is going
these-
to slowly raise his hand.
Yes, you in the yellow. Halloween.
What's a gearsman?
Oh, well. Sit down, let me tell you a tale. Get up on the disc. So,
And I'm assuming they explained to him everything that a gearsman is and all its weaknesses and everything.
a big red eye and the ability to make an episode go very long.
Supernatural ability to create 2 hours of an unedited episode.
But yeah, just my recommendation, I think, given the conditions and the fact that we just alerted them to our presence, the only potential advantage I see, at least, is potentially using the choke funnel method.
Did it seem like they heard us and wanted to hang out? Or maybe they're just like off?
They're definitely on. And they weren't screamy yet, but I mean, well, I guess if they were gonna scream, that was a pretty scream-worthy sound, was it? Well, I
Maybe
can,
they'll just-
I can see something happening now.
while you've been talking here, because this has been a non-trivial amount of time for this conversation, there's been metallic banging coming from the other side as the gearsmen come stomping around the corner, and one of them that's sort of in the lead shouts in Androphan,
"Lower your weapons and submit the traitor Cassandra Lee, and you shall be spared."
Oh, no. No.
Go get the body.
do you submit the traitor Cassandra Lee?
Bricks, disguise yourself.
No, we just throw the body through the hole. We're just like, yeah. Don't worry, we already failed in our AP anyway. You can have this.
Can we grab one of the schlorp things and roll those through?
Throw a pile of tumors at them.
I mean, that would be the best way to figure out whether blue-haired person was Cassandra Lee or not, if we just throw her corpse at the robots and see if they accept
Is this her?
I suppose, in the words of Keenan and Kel, aw, here we go again. Is that?
Oh, here it goes.
Here it goes. Yeah.
Oh, here it goes. Oh, man. Yeah, I truly didn't remember that, White. That's fine.
Well, doesn't Kel usually say, "Oh, here we go again" at the end of the episode?
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you for vindicating me. I am
the
much
"Oh, here
more
it
of a
goes"
Kel
is
than
the
a Keenan.
opening song. Yeah.
Asher responds in Androphan. Could you describe what this traitor Cassandra Lee looks like? We would consider your request. It's just, I don't know if I've had the pleasure of, or displeasure of meeting her.
And they stare at Asher like he's just said something that they totally don't understand. And then they say, once again,
"Lower your weapons and submit the traitor Cassandra Lee, and you shall be spared."
and I think they're going to press forward as if to attack.
No.
No, not when they start going through the hole itself. I would say, to steal a turn of phrase from you, Sam, it's time to roll for initiative. Because I don't think we're going to let them clamber through the hole just sitting there being like, "No, you tell us what color hair she has." I mean,
Sam,
I don't know. It's your
you
show.
said that the Gearsmen are also speaking in Androphan.
Yeah, they speak some sweet Androphan.
Which I think Kira is the only one that doesn't have that right now, because I took
False.
it
We
at
keep
last
saying that. I picked it up after our last. Well, actually, I guess I
Oh,
just
you
picked
did?
up
You took it too? Okay.
linguistics. I took a linguistics and then took an extra language. That was it.
level. Okay, so you did take it. So we do all have it. You took it the same level I did then. Okay.
I feel like it's required to have a good time. Like it's like a passport for this AP. Like it's kind of a bummer when everybody else is speaking the star language and you're just like,
And you're just standing there going, what? What are they saying? All right, what does Kira have this time?
That's a 7.
That's not very good at all.
Thank you.
How about Asher?
Asher got a natural 20 for a 25.
That's faster.
yeah, buddy.
And Brixbo.
Rick's Bean, 18 again. Not to save his weird friend, but he's just consistent apparently. So that's a 26 for the old rat. That was an 18 off the die. I meant. My bad. Sorry. Very confusing.
And Alwyn.
Alwyn rolled a 6 for a 13. So that ain't great.
Right, now let me just add some of these, because the gearsmen need turn 2. Oh my god. I'm rolling some great initiative.
Keep it up.
Oh, that one's a little bit better.
I like that.
Sword descending, and Brixby's first.
All right. Brixby shudders a little bit, remembering the last time that we faced one of these bad boys. And again, with a motion and a phrase, he waves his hands, and out come 2 scorching rays. So the first one here is a 10 off the die, so that's an 18 versus their flat-footed touch, and that's red, the one that I can see.
Yeah, that will hit.
All right, see. So that is rant and rant. So 15 scorchy damage, 16 sneaky damage, so that's 31. And then I have another ray that's going at the same boy. That was Sugar Ray Robinson, and now this is just Sugar Ray that's going this time. So every morning
There's a
hopefully
scorching
don't
ray.
roll. Yep, and that's a 12 off the die for a 20 versus flat-footed touch. All right, we're gonna do the same dance again. Boy, I love getting the initiative. All right, that is 17 from the first one, and then it's thinking. It's literally still saying rolling the dice for me. I don't know why. Sam, will you just roll 46 for me and make that my sneak attack? It's for some reason I'm gonna have to refresh roll 20. I don't know what's going on. I'm in like the Bermuda Triangle tonight. Oh wait, it just populated. Wow, and that's a good roll too. Okay, we should probably keep that one. So that was like what, 23? I just refreshed my page. Can anyone just read the damage out of the roll 20? I'm so sorry.
It's a 4, a 3, a 1, and a 6.
Okay, so it's 14. I was like, that makes more sense than 23. Goodness.
I
Okay,
also could
so,
have just read that number slightly under them. I don't know why I didn't do that.
no, my bad. Okay, so 17 for the Scorchy Ray, 14 for the Sneaky. So in total, we're looking at like 60 something points of damage there.
And that's enough to take down the Red Gearsman.
Brixby does so, and then let me see. I just got to move over here to see if I can scoot, so I'm not an annoying block to my good buddy Ash Lord. I'm gonna move just a little bit to the northwest, so my good buddy can take a shot now.
All right, and that'll bring Asher up.
Yeah, Asher wants to take a shot, but he's not a ranger. He doesn't have the range. So he's going to delay until hopefully this one of these other gearsmen will come within 25 feet by the end of its turn. Not readying, delaying.
All right, and that will bring us to Green. Green is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. And it's going to, while it's walking, it pulls out a laser pistol. It's just going to take a shot at Alwyn. That is 15 versus flat-footed touch.
Yes. Yep, beats it by 2.
All right, just 3 fire damage. No big whoop.
Okay, Alwyn's turn. He is going to... first, he is going to cast a spell at Green that is going to need to give me a will save.
Will save. And this is one of these things where you can affect constructs because you're mean.
Yeah.
That is 16.
That is a fail. It is confused for 1 round. Then Alwyn is going to retreat to be in between Brixby and Kira, so he's going to go back 15 feet.
All right, Red doesn't get a turn because Red's dead, Ned.
Red's dead,
So,
baby.
Kira's up.
Okay, I think Kira is going to read our secret chat thing and make sure I'm following rules and then confirm. What I would like to do is move while moving, pull out Ethel, and then also cast a spell. But I don't know if I can do all 3 of those things. I want to cast Enlarge Person, which takes an action or a turn to do the thing.
So you could move action, pull Ethel, and then start casting that, and then that would take the move action of your next round. So you would give the standard action to the full action, give the move action next round to the full action, and then you'd be a big lady.
Okay. Everyone else seems to have thought that made a lot of sense, so I'm gonna assume that's great. I'm sure you're right.
Basically,
you
it
can move-
takes an entire turn to cast, but it's weird because you can break it up into multiple turns.
Yeah, if a full
Like,
round
you
is
can
going to
take,
take
part
your
of
move
this
and your
turns
standard.
and then
Yeah.
part of last turn. Yeah.
Cool.
One
Yeah,
of those
you know
weird
what?
spells that lets you do that.
That first one went down pretty quickly. Let me move up and see how far that gets me when I realize how revive. All right, so rage, haste, and then I'm going to stand to the north right of green and hit it with an ethel this time. I have using all of the weapons I didn't write down for this one, but again, we'll start with a d20.
Is that a
16.
spot that someone can stand inside? Isn't that inside the tube?
Yeah, that's
Oh, is it
either
inside
would be
the tube?
inside
Got
or climbed on top of.
Got it. Okay, we'll move back.
So it's kind of a choke tunnel there.
I don't love this. There's just nowhere to stand that doesn't block Asher.
It's fine. He could step south.
Yeah, Asher can 5 foot on his turn, I think.
How far is it to get next to? Can I stand next to green, just south of it, or do I need to get around this little lip of whatever?
That would be 45. Do you have that much?
I do with rage, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you get haste. I keep forgetting you get haste and rage, because that seems like that is insane.
Okay, so that's moving up to green, just one square south of green. The 16 plus a 16, I think, for 32 to hit with an adamantine weapon. No gravity.
All right. That will hit.
What a low number of dice to roll. 8 plus, again, 16. I'm going to have to do this math also. So let's say 20. No. I mean, I'm open to suggestions here. I'm going to say 8 for now, and then I'm going to do the math on figuring out this other weapon. And then I'm going to tattoo my character sheet onto my body.
The part you're adding onto it shouldn't be any different than what we're adding to the other, because it's still just a two-handed weapon, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with
Yeah, so you add the same thing you add when you were swinging the hammer.
with rage and power attack, it's we have 16, 11, 11.
Total.
Yeah.
Strong.
Phew. Okay. That's my turn.
And it all goes through the hardness.
Adamantine.
All right. Well, let's see. It's blue is going to charge up its spear with some kind of electrical energy, take a 5-foot step to the south, and go for the stab on Kira with reach. That's only a 17 to
Will
hit.
not do it.
I'm not going to land any attacks this whole episode. It's very sad.
Asher will jump in at the bottom of the round.
Whoa.
I want to just let the whole round go by. Unfortunately, nothing came close enough to get a full round, so Asher will just scoot on up closer to green and take a single shot with a non-adamantine mundane round. And that's a miss.
All right. And then we're back to Brixby.
Well, I did my one cool thing. But I know exactly what I'm going to do here. Brixby's going to look down at his... Oh, wait. I thought Asher was going next. I wasn't looking at the turn order. Look at me.
He just jumped in front of you.
Yeah, no, totally. That makes sense. Yeah, I literally was just... I had written a note that was like, do this thing. But I'll still do the thing. Brixby's going to take a 5-foot step to the south, looking at green, which is already confused. Brixby is going to kind of reach out to the void around him, focus on green, and he is going to reveal the weakness to everybody else. That is something that comes from his wizard school power, which is the elemental school of void. That means I've used this once, literally once, against the Galarn, but now I'm a big boy. So at half my level, that means -4 to his AC and -4 to his saves. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just one round, but that is Brixby's standard action. Green is now down 4 on the AC and saves.
That's not very nice at all. Well, green is up next, and it is confused, but Kira hit it last turn, so it has no choice but to hit her. Now, she's too close for the spear, so it's just going to do a little slammy-do. That is a 20.
That's a solid hit.
You're looking at 8 damage. Oh, wait, no, blur. There's still a chance for me to not land any hits.
Oh, you're doing great, buddy.
Yeah, that's a 4. That's a miss on the blur.
Yes.
You shouldn't have said anything.
Man.
I was going to take
Well,
that damage. I mean, thank
I'm
you.
an honest GM, and things are going to be so bad next episode when I cheat. Alwyn's up.
Alwyn is just going to. What's the range of this? Let's see. That's crappy. He is going to. Let's see. Okay, that's in 30 feet, and I'm visible to him. He is going to step down here, which I think is a little bit of a squeezy square, but it's under Brixby. And he's just going to kind of lift his hand to the air, and a rain of meteors is going to come down on Green, who needs to make a reflex save.
But it's got such bad reflex saves now.
Don't forget about the -4, though.
Yeah. With the -4, that's a 9. That pass?
That does not pass. So that is 1d4 plus 3. Not much, but it's something. So that is... Wow, that is 5 points of fire damage.
All right.
Does that even get through? I don't know if that...
No, that
what's
doesn't
magical
get through the
damage, right? Would that
hardness.
get through DR? No. Oh, wait, because it's not DR, it's hardness, right? Yeah, so that literally does nothing. You just see them bounce off and, like...
And it,
smolder on the ground.
it stares at you with that vacant metal
He
face.
has an adamantine weapon. I'm just terrified of putting him in melee with a robot.
All right, Kira's up.
It's so cyclical how this happens. It just keeps being my turn. Great. Okay. Well, we can start with the 20. I know that much. Oh, that's a 19. Woo.
That's a critterino.
Is it? Oh, that's
Also
right, because we can
critical
do
threat.
those on here, on these guys. They have those. Let's do that again. Hey, that's an 18. How do we feel about that? 18 plus. Let's say 16. No, not for this one. This was going to be 16 minus the power attack. 11. So 11 plus 18 feels strong. Great.
That's definitely a confirmed crit.
Great. Okay. This one is just 4d6 plus my double damage, which is for this guy 32. 4d6. Ew, so many ones. Oh no, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. So 42 damage, and then that does not include the vulnerability.
Additional
This is
21. So it's going to be 63 points of damage.
great.
Points of damage. Is it still standing, Sam?
No, it's not. Weirdly, 63 damage to the already damaged green gearsman does bisect it.
Right on and half there.
Pretty
All
neat.
right, I'm gonna call that the end of my turn because I cannot reach blue from here with my guy.
You can 5-foot step though.
I can't. I don't want to do any more ROG math. Yeah, I can. And get out of Asher's way, I guess. That works. That's me.
All right. Let's see. Blue is unhappy with the situation. As much as it can feel emotions, it is feeling the emotion of, oh no. And it's gonna just take a 5-foot step back and try to stab Kira with its spear. That's a natural 20.
That'll hit, yeah.
For the confirmed 21.
That will also, that's like decent.
Blur.
For
Blur.
the Conblurm, 82.
Yeah, that's
82
above
on the
a- above a
Conblurm.
20.
Blurmed.
Oh no, is this times 8 crit?
It's a ×3 crit.
Times 8 is
So
fine.
let's see. Let's do the electricity damage first, because it is charged. Oh!
Don't make that sound. Stop it.
I like that
17 electricity damage.
Okay.
Plus 30 piercing damage, and whatever I said for the electricity damage.
17.
17.
What do you say?
So it doesn't make up for the whole episode of not hitting, but at least something.
It's a little bit of a hit.
God.
It's just a little juice there. And Asher, you're up.
Yeah, Asher, still far away. Seeing that these things have hardness, he is going to step closer to get within his range, and as a swift action, he'll focus his aim so he can add his charisma to the damage if he hits, because he'll need it to punch through. He looks down forlornly at his revolver in his right hand, since it misfired on him last round. But he canonically drew a revolver in each hand, not two in one hand. And so with his left hand, he will fire with deadly aim at the remaining gearsman.
Pretty sure it was one gun and two hands.
Yeah, is there a feat that you can take to put two guns in one hand? One person hand? Asher doesn't even have people hands.
Wow. I don't know what that
Who's
means,
to say
but it
what
was
kind
offensive.
of hands he has?
Does a 15 hit touch AC?
It
Oh,
does.
mercy. I'm so glad. So that is going to be a D8 plus 11, so I'm going to punch through for sure. 6 on the dice, so 17 points of bludgeoning and piercing damage.
All right, it grows tumors.
Oh no.
It doesn't really.
It's like a Dalek.
Some of that gets
and
through.
it's just a flesh, hungry flesh in a metal suit.
All right. Is that Brixby?
Yep. Old Brimby is going to do the exact same thing that he did last round, except to blue. Signing that same thing. I can do it as much as my intelligence modifier per day. So that's another -4 to blue. And old debuffer, Brixby is going to, I guess, 5-foot step closer. Because I'm involved.
All right, Alwyn.
Alwyn, seeing his attack bounce harmlessly off it, is going to shrug, draw his adamantine Morningstar, and just move up behind Asher but not enter combat.
I really thought that he was going to draw a gun for some reason. I know there was a conversation about him
Draws his
drawing
gun
a gun.
that he canonically owns.
It just felt like Alwyn was going to bust out a gun.
He sighs and draws his 9.
Halloween steps up, draws out a banana, unpeels it, eats it.
It's just the CJ meme. Oh, here we go again.
All right, Kira, why don't you put this thing out of its misery?
Okay. We'll take a 5-foot step forward. And then get some smashing. Hey, it's a 19.
Oh my god, that's another critical threat.
It is
Let's see
indeed.
how this one goes. Oh, hey, that's an
Oh my
18.
god, that's another
Great.
18.
Would like to say this is all roll 20's fault, which is fair because it gave me 2 under 5 rolls earlier this evening. 246 this guy. 11 plus 32, 43, and then another 21.
Yep.
43,
This is a bad time.
64.
64.
Wow.
Okay, so we did a
guys-
62, a 63, and now a 64.
Yeah, that's
in
why I was
progression there.
cracking up.
Oh,
God.
poor Gearsman also falls just in 2 pieces in the pile of rubble. And I think I've taken enough of a beating for one night. I'm going to bed.
Well, this went much faster than last time.
Night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Good night,
Good
Hungry
night,
Flesh.
Flesh tube.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Hot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
I hate that extra window. It's just stop following me.
Oh, I know. Seriously.
Like, and I don't
That's
want to
the
be
worst.
aggressive, but it's literally always Zach.
Yeah, let's shake some bones. Old Bone Daddy. Bone Daddy Halloween. Sorry. Let's go. Oh, man. Does it even say Bone Daddy?
I can't see it, but I know it's Bone Daddy Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recognize the image, even though it's just zoomed in on the skeleton face.
It's real unfortunate. It's got like 14 pixels on here. I don't know why it didn't show all of them in this.
For the record, I hope Craig caught that because it was super cool.